Welcome. In front of me is a Samsung Galaxy A14, and today I will show you how you can go through the setup process of this device. Now, to get started, when you boot up your device for the very first time, you'll be presented with this screen right over here where it just tells you welcome in all kinds of different languages. So let's just select the blue button, and then from the list you want to find your desired language. Now, I'll be using English, so it's already selected. All I need to do is select next. Then we'll have the option to insert a SIM card. Now this is completely optional, you don't have to do it. But if you are setting up your device for the very first time, if it's like brand new, straight out of the box, sealed, then you will need to connect to network in some way. And you only have two options, either through a SIM card and mobile network or through Wi-Fi. So you will have to choose one of them. Now, because this phone isn't brand new for me, it's been already set up once before or multiple times by now, I won't need to connect to either one of those. So I'll mention it when that process comes in. Actually, let's go back because I didn't mention right here. So we have for your review, so this is just a user license agreement. You can tap on details right here to read exactly what you're agreeing to, and that's the only thing that you need to agree to. The one below is optional. Now moving on to the next page, we have option to import data from an older device. So you have Samsung or Galaxy or other Androids or also iPhones. And what this is basically a proprietary application from Samsung that allows you to connect two devices together, and on your older device you will select what you want to move over to this device, and then it will create a connection between each other through Wi-Fi and start moving everything wirelessly. Now, this is probably going to be the better option if you want to restore your device or just like copy everything that you have on your old phone to this one. But if you want to set it up as new, just simply select skip. I've choose a Wi-Fi network, so now comes the part where you most likely will not see the skip button right here if the device is brand new. So you will need to connect to some kind of network. Once you do, on the next page it will tell you that you need to restart the device for no freaking reason. Or if there is one, it's not really giving you one. So just go through the stupidity of rebooting the device for no reason, and once it's booted back up, I believe you will be already on the next page like this one. Well, not like this one, but whatever it shows you after it reboots. But then just progress further. Now you will most certainly, if you connect it to network, not see this. This is for everybody who didn't need to connect to network and has chosen not to. So I think that will be what you will be seeing. So Google services. So here we have three different services like location, scanning, and sending user and diagnostic data. Now you can read exactly what these do by tapping also on this little arrow to extend the explanation. And from there, if you don't want it, simply turn it off. From there we can go to the bottom, select accept. And then we have option to set up some kind of screen protection to our device. Now it gives us several different options like face recognition, fingerprint, pin pattern, and password. Now the truth is you can only use maximum of 3 of these. So you can have fingerprint, face recognition, and pin, pattern, or password. So these 3 bottom ones are physical way of unlocking the device, so basically anybody can use them as long as they know the code that you basically selected. The 2 top ones are basically the ones that once you set it up, even though someone knows, obviously they won't be able to unlock the device. So fingerprint, cool. Their fingerprint would need to be added to the device. So only your fingerprint will work, and same goes for face recognition. Now, when selecting face recognition and fingerprint, or either one of those, you will always be required to select pin, pattern, or password. And the reason for that is most likely, if something would happen to your fingerprint, or your finger more precisely, you would lose access to your device. So the phone is simply trying to prevent that and also give you other methods of unlocking it if something would happen with your face or your finger to the point that the phone can't recognize it. Now, obviously, if you don't want to protect your device at all, you can select skip right here at the bottom. Skip anyway. And this will take us to option to log into a Samsung account. Now, I haven't connected to network, so this shouldn't even be showing up, because if I try to log in, it's going to backtrack me back to the Wi-Fi connection page. That's Samsung for you, not very thought out. So yeah, and they obviously want you to sign into their account because flagship devices even want to gather data on you. And if you try to skip it, it gives you this relatively brief message right here. Skip out on all this. Now, typically the list is basically from top of the screen to the bottom on more expensive devices, but this one has basically, well, nothing to offer you. So in here, it's skip out on all this. Trash should have been the correct answer, or correct the question right here. And the reason I'm just kind of crapping on this is because Samsung Cloud has equivalent of Google Cloud. Galaxy Teams has basic competition in entire Galaxy or Play Store. Find My Mobile, Find My Device, and Galaxy Store, again, the entirety of Play Store. So all these options are basically plagiaristic copies of whatever Google already offers. Now, in certain cases, Samsung decided to completely remove the competition from here, from their skinned OS. So for things like Find My Mobile, you might not actually see the option for Find My Device in the settings, just because it's been substituted for Samsung version, which apparently require a Samsung account to use. Go figure. Now I'm gonna skip this because to me this is just garbage. And then this will take us to Samsung services. So you can read these, and if you don't want them, turn them off. And then you can go to the next page, choose your display preference. So we have light and dark mode, whichever one you want, that's completely up to you. If you select it, I believe, yep, it automatically switches to selected option. And then we're basically done with the setup. And there we go. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.